Hey Gabe, given that the emphasis in building this bullpen was strike throwing and controlling the zone, what is the level of frustration after a loss like that?
That is exactly the right question. You know, particularly when you build a good lead, the number one most important thing that you can do is come into a game and pound the strike zone. We pushed 3 messages in camp. I think we did a pretty good job with it overall. We were going to push the pace. We were going to know our plan, and we were going to pound the zone. It's the 3 kind of the core pitching philosophies. And in order to hold on to a lead, you're going to give up some hard contact from time to time, and that's not frustrating, but not being able to throw strikes, so that's going to hurt you at the major league level. So we got to do a better job, and that was definitely the story of tonight's baseball game, and I understand why you're asking the question.
Thank you.
Let's go to Susan.
Gabe, on the play there with Belt in the 8th, did you feel like you had a shot at a double play there? Would you rather have him go home? Does Crawford need to come off the bag? What did you see going on with that?
Yeah, particularly at the corners, it's at their discretion. I felt like there was a good opportunity to turn to. Haven't gone back and watched the play in real time. I thought it was a good decision, and I thought we had an opportunity to turn the double play with Craw's really good at receiving that throw there. Just a little bit uncharacteristic for Brandon Belt. Pretty good defender and a pretty accurate thrower. So that was, that was not his best throw. I think he would tell you that. And but I do think we have the opportunity to turn the double play. Certainly, the safest play is to direct that ball to the plate.
I'm sure there are a lot of frustrations with the loss, and particularly the way it happened. But it seemed like the team did a lot of good things, particularly at the plate. Could you discuss the power that, especially some of your veterans showed, and then Dickerson obviously with the pinch hit homer?
Yeah, no, I look, like, it's always difficult to take Slater's bat out of the lineup at any time, but we do have these weapons on the bench, and that's sort of how we built our roster, is to use those weapons. And Dickerson has a chance to tie the game with one swing. So does Slater. We just really wanted to get into a favorable platoon situation there, or a favorable handedness situation. With respect to the earlier part of the game, I thought we had the right approach against Gonzalez. We were going to stay through the middle and to the opposite field for right-handed hitters. I thought we did a good job with that. I just thought we executed our game plan well on offense throughout the game. Yeah, I think that was the bright spot of the game was the offense, and also we played a pretty crisp defensive game. One of the more sound defensive games that we played up until the Belt throw.
Great, thank you.
Sure.
Let's go to Alex.
Hey Gabe, just going back to what Carrie asked, is a little bit more surprising that it was some of the more veteran guys,
yeah,
and who had trouble there.
Yeah, no, look, like Harlan Garcia, Jose Alvarez, Whistler, these are guys that we are going to count on to come into the game and throw strikes. The reason you count on them is because they've done it. All 3 of them have done it in their careers, and that's why you bring kind of veteran guys in to be able to handle those things. It's one game, and I just don't want to I want to call it like it is, which is we need to do a better job of coming in and throwing strikes, but I also don't want to, I want to keep this in perspective. These guys have a history of strike throwing, and I trust that's who they're going to be going forward.
Let's go to Dalton.
Hey, Gabe, this was Kevin's longest start as a Giant. Did you have a goal in mind coming into this game as far as how long he would go and kind of a pitch count for him coming into game 1?
Yeah, so his last simulated game, he had 6 ups. So he pitched into the 6th, and he had 75 pitches. We always feel like we can build on that just slightly. We feel comfortable going to like a 15-pitch bump there, knowing that the season is going to be a little bit more. There's going to be more adrenaline. There's going to be a little bit more stress. But we felt like 90 pitches was a good target for him. I try not to get too specific prior to a game, share stuff like that, because obviously we don't want to give anything away. But it was a lot of ups for him, and it was certainly a lot of stress. Right there towards the end, just noticed a little bit of a velocity drop. The swing started to get a little bit better against him there towards the end. But I thought he did a tremendous job. I mean, what a great outing for him. Just well executed, well pitched, good stuff. Maintained it throughout, right up to the end, and that's when you saw it to start diminishing just a little bit.
And let's go to John Shea.
Yeah, hey, Gabe. McGehee was your best reliever tonight, and you haven't given him the title of closer. It is a high leverage role, as others have. But did you consider at all using him in a high leverage role before he came in?
Well, that was about as high leverage as it could be when we used him in the game. We were prepared to use him in the 8th or the 9th inning with a lead, and when we got a little bit of a cushion there, we were considering maybe using some other pitchers. But if the game was going to be close, McGehee was going to pitch in it, particularly if we were tied or had the lead. So kind of said that all along. He's going to be a guy, and Rogers is going to be a guy that we use late in games when we have leads and try to lock down wins.
And finally, let's go to Andy.
Hi, Gabe. What were your observations of Buster tonight? Obviously, first pitch that he swung at to hit over the fence, but then caught a couple of really long innings there late. And do you think that may necessitate him resting tomorrow?
It's definitely on my mind. Giving him a blow tomorrow. My initial plan had him in the lineup for the first 2 games, and I was going to have Kurt catch the final game of this series. I may alter that strategy based on how long he was out there tonight. First of all, I thought he did a great job behind the plate. Really received the ball well. Did a nice job of getting the pitches on the edges, and actually got close to getting some calls go our way that weren't strikes. And obviously he ran a tight game. Was really pleased with what he did behind the plate. Home run was great. I think that probably took some pressure off of him. But I thought overall it was a well played game by Buster.
And one more from Susan.
Gabe, just kind of following up what John was asking about McGehee, his pitch count was real low. Did you consider sending him back out there for that for one more inning at all?
No, not really. We see Jake as a guy that we're going to need for the entire season. See him as a sprinter. I'm not saying that there aren't going to be times when we consider giving him one additional batter, but he's not a guy that we're going to try to get length out of. We really see him as a 1 inning pitcher right now.